Body 1, you discuss the advantages. Body 2, you discuss disadvantages. Conclusion, you just summarize it. Very simple. But how to write? These people don't care. So if you don't understand how to write advantages, you don't get marks for it. No, Nakul, I wrote like short like 6 advantages, man. You don't get any marks for 6 advantages. See, the marks are not given for writing, shooting the ideas. How ideas are related, justification. To what extent you agree, disagree. There is no difference except for a smaller part. Here, you have one more option, and that too if you really want. To what extent? Yes, I completely agree. It is same as agree disagree question. No, I completely disagree. It is same as agree disagree question. But to get a weight, to give a weightage for this question, if you say yes, partially I agree. This is the only extra option you get in the question. To what extent do you agree? I partially agree. All right, everybody, welcome you all back to the essay class today. To today's agenda is we're going to take up the structure, basically an essay. What kind of structure to be used for different kinds of essays. So my goal is, let's say you have exam tomorrow or just in 2 days. Just go through this video again. You should be able to recollect each and everything about where you possibly lose the marks with respect to the structures. For this question, what are the possible mistake I may end up doing, which I shouldn't? You watch this video again, I mean, like when your exam is nearing, certainly this video will help you. So that's the only agenda. Fine, structure and the mistake, we're going to quickly start with it. So everything needs a structure, isn't it? Even your life needs a structure. We call it discipline. But the structure will have another structure within, and that structure will have another. In a loop, there could be a lot of structure. So today as well, we're going to talk the one structure, inside that another structure. It's going to be in a loop. It's a little complicated. We'll help you understand what it is. Let's say you read the question. Any question, follow the 4-step structure, which I've already made a lot of videos on that. But this video is something different. The 4-step structure. Nakul, can I use 5-step structure or 5-paragraph structure? Introduction, body 1, body 2. Can I write body 3, Nakul? Who is stopping you? You can write. But the more you write, what is the famous dialogue? The more you write, the more mistakes you make. So stick to 4. This is enough. 5 you can still use, not a problem, but write less. Always understand, the more you write, you always end up making a lot of mistakes. Correct, 300 words, 310 words is more than enough. You don't have to go till 390, 400. That's one thing. So any question will have an introduction and then a space, body 1, and then a space, body 2, and then a space, conclusion. But this everyone knows. But the problem is within body 1 and body 2, nobody cares about the structure. And that is where your ideas are correlated. This is where the marks exist. And no, Nakul, don't tell me all this body 1, body 2. Just give me structure. Intro, body 1, I will write on my own. You please step out. I will write. No, this is where you actually get the marks. So entire essay has a structure. Inside that, body 1 will have a separate structure. Body 2 will have a separate structure. Correct? And that structure depends on the question. On the question. Every question is different, so everywhere you should use a separate structure. Let's understand more about it. Great. Okay, let's have a look at this question. It is too expensive to look after and repair the old buildings. They're basically talking about renovation. This repairing is not just collapsing it, repair. There is a very old building, you should repair it. It is too expensive to repair. This money should be spent on building modern buildings. You just, like don't care about that. Rather, you spend the money on new building. Why to renovate the old building? Because it is too expensive. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is one of the question types, which is completely different from the same question, very much like, do you agree, disagree? Hope you're there. Even Nakul, I'm completely new to IELTS, totally when it's all English. Okay, understand? Do you agree, disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Two different things. You cannot simply say it's agree, disagree and start writing. They're entirely two different things. Anybody knows the difference between to what extent do you agree and do you agree, disagree? Law changes human behavior, agree, disagree. Law changes human behavior. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Anybody? Any difference? You can click on the chat option and write your answers. Perfect, Akash. That's correct. So agree, disagree. I'm going to talk more about it. So now let's talk about this agree, disagree. The question is, do you agree, disagree? So what are the options do I have? See, it's at the end of the day, it's all about ideas. Body one, what should I write? For that, you should know whether you're agreeing or you're disagreeing, or do you have one more option? Do you agree, disagree? The introduction, you have only two, either of the options. You write blah, 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 blah. In my opinion, I agree. Blah, 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 blah. In my opinion, I disagree. That's all. Only two options are there because the question is you agree or you disagree. Let's say you agreed. I repeat, let's say you agreed. In the body one, you should write why you agree to the topic sentence. Kindly pay attention to this. Answer is not in this slide. In the next slide, I've got the answer. I'm going to ask you a question now. Body one will be why you agree to the topic sentence. Body two, why you agree to the topic sentence. Again, not disagree. Here you agreed. You're going to agree throughout. And conclusion is whatever you have written, just summarize it. Summarize body one, body two. So now can anybody guess what is the topic sentence among these three? Is it A or B or C? Nakul, I don't know what you mean by topic sentence. For which you should write an essay for. Is it A, B or C? Anybody? Sunita says C. Pallavi has given the correct answer, by the way. Meenakshi Sharma says A, Galaxy C9 Pro. You can change your name. C, BL Prasad B, Akash Meman A, Sidhu A, Harpreet A. Sidhu did not expect that from you. Rashmi B, Ankita A, Shailesh C, Madhu A, Mamta B, Kirti A. The problem is you're trusting me so much. You know me already. Neither of them is the answer. No, Nakul, I trusted you. I thought A or B or C should be the answer. None of them are the topic sentences. Can anybody write a topic sentence quickly? Why you agree to what? Why you agree to money should be spent on modern buildings? That is not the question. Kindly pay attention. The question is not just the rest of it. The first line is also there. This money is also there. What money? Money should be not be spent on repairing old. That is not the question. The question is not just the first half. This is also there. No. The question is not just the first half. So B is also ruled out. Advantages of building modern building over repairing. Have they talked? I mean, are they asking you about? Are they asking you about advantages? Parnit, are they asking you about advantages? No. Then it is neither of them. A is also wrong. B is also wrong. C is also wrong. Nakul, then what is the topic sentence? Could you guys quickly write? Topic sentence is what? This. The entire thing. Is getting it? Getting it. So now throughout my essay, what am I supposed to write? You can't simply write, okay, government has a lot of money. Let them spend it on modern buildings. 0 marks, task response. Hey, it is too expensive to renovate the old building. 0 mark. It's actually very expensive to renovate the old building. So instead, government should spend the money on the modern building. You write, you get full marks. Because getting it, yes or no? Confused? Nakul, I'm not at all understanding anything. Anybody? Getting it little difficult? Getting it? A, B, and C. If you write why you agree. In the body one, you write, right? Why you agree to money should be spent on modern buildings. Your entire para will be why money should be spent on modern buildings. 0 mark. Why you agree to money should not be spent on repairing old buildings. 0 mark. Why you agree that there are more advantages to building modern building over repairing old building. 0 mark. Then what has to be written? You have to write government has got some money and that money They should be spending on the repairing the old buildings, but instead they should spend it on building the modern buildings. Then you get full marks. I'm going to show you the same thing again. So this is where the people go wrong without understanding why the marks are low. I'm doing everything from the YouTube, from the internet, everything I've been practicing, but scores are not going up because you're misunderstanding the question itself. Correct. So let's understand. This is the topic sentence. Why you agree to money that is to be spent on the renovating the old building should be rather spent on modern building. That means you should write both of them. In a weighing machine, you should put the renovation and the modern building as well. You weigh them. Renovation, I think, is cost too much. It costs too much. So, in order to gain some profit or whatever, let's put the same money on modern buildings. It's economical. That's how you should write. Both of them, if you don't write, you don't get marks for it. Maintaining and repairing the ancient buildings are costly. Instead, this amount has to be invested on the new constructions. Yes, that's how it has to be written. But like I told you, pay attention to this. This is a structure. Intro, body 1, body 2, conclusion. But body 1 also will have a structure. Why write why you agree to money should be spent on new buildings than looking after repairing old building because it is very expensive. Why you agree to that? How this has to be written now? That needs a structure too. Hope you are getting it. That needs a structure too. That is what I have written here. Pay attention. I'm going to explain each and everything slowly. Main idea. Why it is so expensive to renovate? There's one old building there. It is so difficult to renovate, man. Why? Why? You put a question mark. Whatever the idea you get, you write there. Supporting idea is nothing but write a solution with a new building. Instead of renovating all this, which is so expensive, you can actually come up with a new technology which is so economical, cost you very less amount of money. Then give an example. For example, in Dubai, Burj Khalifa building was not there. Some other building they were trying to renovate. I mean, like they were trying to renovate. Blah 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 blah. Later they realized a lot of money would have gone there, so they came up with a new building with half the price that would have costed for the renovation. Hence, hence, it is too expensive to renovate the older buildings, and rather money should be always be spent looking into the construction of the new building. Correct, Nikhil? Great. So he was the one who wrote this essay. So hope you are getting it. That is how the body one has to be written. One main idea, you support it and give some examples related to that. I'm not discussing the exam in like entire essay. I'm just talking about the structure in this video. A lot of videos I've already made in the Google Drive. You can check that later. But for today, it's only the structure. I'm not writing inside what exactly is the word to be written. I'm just giving you an overlay, just the structure. Okay, Nakul, body one is so easy. How to write body two? Write another flaw. Is getting it? You have to agree if you say in the first paragraph, yes, I agree. Then third paragraph, simply you cannot write some other nonsense. You have to say why you agree only. Hope you are getting it. You have to say why you agree only. So now here, you said it is so expensive to renovate, right? One flaw, one problem. It could be with respect to cement, it could be with respect to the structure, it could be with respect to architecture, it could be with respect to whatever. Say that flaw and say it is so expensive to renovate under current circumstances. Main idea to talk about another flaw which is also very expensive. This costs you so much. It could be a paint, it could be an art, whatever it is. It could be the style of the window. And then how you overcome using constructing the new building. It is so easy. These things can actually be overcome with a new technology, blah 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 blah, and money also is so less. For example, in London Museum, blah 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 blah, they thought of renovating, but later they actually did not renovate, rather they built a new building which costed so less. Therefore, it is actually very wise to spend your money on building the new ones rather than taking care of or repairing the older ones. That's how it should be. Here I'm giving a comparison. How did I know think someone the other day asked me, I'm not sure who, when to compare. This is the question you compare, and every question is different. Here, the topic sentence is the entire sentence. Whatever you write should have both renovation, new building, renovation, new building. Safety standards could be anything, Ahmad. But then, whatever the thing you say for the older buildings, you overcome with the new building with a cheaper price. That both the things has to be written because the topic sentence is the entire thing. That is, do you agree or disagree? Any doubts? But let's say the question is, okay, mistakes. Let's talk about the mistakes. I've already written the last line. If possible, don't read the last line. Can anyone tell me why this blue is wrong? If possible, don't read the last line. I should have actually not written it. Later, I should have written it. Why the blue is wrong is a mistake. Old building do not reflect the innovation. On the other hand, the new buildings reflect that standard, this standard, blah, 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 blah. It's completely off topic because the question clearly says it is so expensive to take care and repair the older buildings. This money has to be spent on building the newer ones. They are already giving you a reason to stick to. You say, no, 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 I don't want that reason. I will write with some other reason. You don't get marks. You don't get marks. Is getting it yes or no? A lot of people belong to this category. They read the question, but they understand the question only half of it. It is too expensive. It's like, hey, I don't care, man. Government has a lot of money. Why do I care? All I care about, this money should be spent on modern building instead. Yeah, yeah. Modern building we need. We are in 21st century. Who will look at the old buildings? Correct? The technology can be reflected in the modern building. Zero mark. You have to talk about expensive. And since it is so expensive, because of that, money should be spent. Why? Take that expensive part. You cannot say it reflects innovation. Old buildings do not reflect the innovation. If you don't talk about expensive thing, you don't get marks for the task response. It's not like zero. They may give you 6.5 at the end, not 7 for sure. Yes, Prasad. See, I'm just showing you a part of it. You have both the options here. You can say, yes, I totally agree. You say, no, I don't agree because it is actually not expensive. In that way, you have to write. You can't say old buildings reflect our culture, our tradition, zero mark again. Is getting it? Getting it? They have asked you why it is so expensive. No, 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 I totally disagree. It is not at all expensive. Prove. Stick to the topic sentence. That is the reason I wrote it explicitly here. Guess the topic sentence. None of them are the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the complete one. So what I'm telling you, this question may not come in the exam, but the lessons learned on this question, be wise enough to apply it to any question they ask. Start thinking, that's it. What is the question? What am I supposed to write? If that maturity comes to you, 100% anybody can get it. As a mistake, you talk the main idea about reflecting the innovation, blah, 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 you don't get marks. Maybe you could have told the old buildings to repair it's so expensive and it's not even reflecting the innovation even after paying a lot of money. In that way you can write, but the entire thing should be centered on the expensive part, not the renovation part. Great. Nakul, I understood that this is one of the questions. Do you agree, disagree? The same question. To what extent you agree, disagree? There is no difference except for a smaller part. Here you have one more option, and that too if you really want. To what extent? Yes, I completely agree. It is same as agree, disagree question. No, I completely disagree. It is same as agree, disagree question. But to get a weight, to give a weightage for this question, if you say yes, partially I agree. This is the only extra option you get in the question. To what extent do you agree? I partially agree. Why people prefer writing this? I'll tell you. It's actually wise to write. See here. Write one flaw to say why it is so expensive. Write another flaw. No, Nakul, don't tell me. I am running out of ideas. How many ideas can I get? Isn't it? I don't have ideas. How can I write one more flaw to get one flaw only? I really ripped off. One more flaw not to prove it is so expensive. I am just blank. Such people can actually gain from this. To what extent you agree? I agree partially. Body one, you say it is actually very expensive. The cement, blah blah, the structure, it's actually, or to provide safety, I mean, the standards inside a old building is very expensive. On the other hand, the same thing can be given to the new building with a very lesser cost. Body two, you don't have to worry about one more expensive thing. You can talk about why you disagree. So this way idea generation becomes easier. Yes, Parkavi. Not sorry, Pallavi. So agree and disagree is when you partially agree. Partially agree means in some scenario I agree. In some scenario I don't agree. This idea generation is actually very easy. So I'm gonna show you. There's an option for this. Just a second. Great. So main idea, ditto as agree disagree say. Why it is so expensive to renovate? Write one flaw. This can be overcome with a new building. Give references, conclusion done. Here in partially agree, how many marks they can give? I did not get your question. How many marks they can give means for what? Okay, body two will come. You can WhatsApp me later, no issues. Body two will come. Main idea. Why sometimes it is not at all expensive. It is not at all expensive, and give a point to say it is as similar to constructing new building because you disagree partially or agree partially. Getting it? It's actually one of the things you take. It is so expensive to renovate. On the other hand, the same feature can be done using a new building you construct, less money. But body two, partially disagreeing, partially agreeing, right? You say sometimes it is not expensive at all. There are some few things, few functionalities, or few things, structures are not expensive. It is same as constructing a new building. Give example, whatever it is. In the olden days, these days the buildings are being renovated with a very cheaper price. Blah blah blah. One of the things, if you don't want to write this way, there's one more way to write. See, it's all logical. You just use your analytical skills and go with it. Why sometimes we cannot even think of it in terms of money? Can I use it? Oh, certainly yes. The question you're going against it, saying it is to what extent you're disagreeing. See here, it is too expensive to look after the repair old buildings. This money should be spent on modern buildings. Do you? I partially agree because sometimes we don't care even though it is so expensive. Can I write? Certainly yes. But stick to the topic. Sometimes we cannot think of in terms of money because older buildings give us knowledge, blah 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 blah, reflect a lot of culture. The newer ones don't. For example, these set of buildings give blah 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 blah. We don't have to even think in terms of expensive or something. Can I write? In the least possible way you can still write, no problem. But this is what, when you partially agree, you get this body one at one side, body two on the other side. You get two different ideas. You can just go with it. If you completely agree, Priya, you have to agree only. It is same as this essay. You agree, body one, you agree, body two, you agree. No, if you agree, why you have to say disagree? You don't. Let's say I tell you your name is Priya, your name is being kept by your grandfather. Do you agree, disagree, partially agree? I agree. Body one, I agree that my grandfather kept this name. Body two, I agree that my grandfather kept this name. If you partially agree, sometimes I do agree that my grandfather kept this name, but on the other hand, my cousins and all will tell me it was not my grandfather, it was my grandmother too. That is partially agree. It's logic. You see, whatever you, okay, just write it down again. Whatever the view you give here, same thing has to be followed. throughout the essay. In the intro, you say agree, body one agree, body two agree. In the intro, you say disagree, body one disagree, body two disagree. In the intro, you partially agree. Then body one, you can say disagree. Then body two, you can say agree, or vice versa. Any doubts? Yes, I agree to a significant extent means to some scenario I agree, in other scenarios I don't. It's the same as partially agree. Same statement. Fine, Lakita. Any doubts? Little confusing, right? More confusing thing is going to come. To extent it should be 2:1. Anything is fine. Anything is fine. But overall, you're partially agreeing. 90% I agree to this. Only with a minimal amount, in very few scenarios, I disagree. Anything you write. Because that is what the luxury you have within, to what extent. Otherwise, do you agree means agree, or I disagree. In between, you cannot say. Any doubts you have, you can let me know. You can click on the chat option on the bottom right and enter your answers. Great. Let's go to the more difficult ones. All right, Sandhya. If we partially agree, then should we give more weightage to agree? Nothing like that. It's up to you. It's up to see. You're getting confused with do advantages outweigh the disadvantages. There you have to give more weightage. Here, partially agree is partially, just partially. So you give preference the way you want it, or you don't have to talk about the ratio. So finally, what do you say? Which one is better to score? Everything is better to score. That's exactly what my point. I wrote agree, so I got 6.5. I wrote disagree, I got 6. No, they're all just the, like flukes. They're all the fake things. Anything you write, that's what I told you. 3 options you have. You can write I agree, I disagree, I partially agree. See, why am I not, going beyond telling you have to say agree? See, it depends on a person. It's so subjective. Okay, Nakul, what exactly you mean by subjective? The point what I'm trying to tell is idea generation is very relative. I would have read about this thing somewhere, or something else I would have read. Because of that, I get some idea. Whatever the idea I get, I weigh. If I get more ideas for agree, I go with agree. If I get more ideas for disagree, I go with disagree. If I get equal ideas, then I partially agree. But it may not be the same for you. For Sandhya, it could be more ideas she get for disagree. Then she goes with disagree. So whatever you have in your mind, whatever the ideas you get, you go with it. I chose agree, so I got less marks. I choose disagree, I got they're all fake things. It's all about whatever you agree. This is the thing. The representation gives you mark. You don't get marks because you agreed or disagreed. So finally, what do you say? I'm not saying anything. That will not give you any mark. What gives you marks is something different. Whatever you say, you stick to that. Fine. That may not be the answer you expected, but this is the actual answer I'm giving you. Okay, great. Flight travel is gaining popularity these days. Okay, I need a volunteer. Be ready. Advantages and disadvantages of. Anybody? I'm gonna have a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Who wants to answer? Anybody? Please raise your hand. Hello. Nobody. Then we have Sandhya ready. Anyone? No. Raise your hands. I'm not able to see. You can just type. No. I can just type someone. Harpreet. All right. Hi, Harpreet. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Very clear. So the question is very simple.
So,
What has to be
Nakul,
written in the first question one? Just tell me that.
In the first question, we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of flight travel.
For example,
We will directly what are the advantages of flight travel? Distance can be covered in lesser time.
excellent. Second question.
Second question, discuss the advantages and disadvantages.
Tell me what. You there?
Yeah, I'm. Flight travel is gaining popularity. So we have to discuss the advantages of flight travel is gaining popularity.
Excellent.
The
That's all it is. Please understand this. Thanks, Happy. Thanks so much. Topic sentence is what I'm calling. This you don't need a separate name or nomenclature just to name it. But you would know what has to be written. If you're getting confused, identify the topic sentence. For the first question, topic sentence is this. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the flight travel, you write. This is just background information given. The flight travel is gaining popularity these days. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of flight travel is gaining popularity these days. Getting it? Your entire essay should be structured towards what are the advantages if flight travel is so popular. Everyone will go, everyone can reach, blah, 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 in a short interval of time. If there's a business in like, I mean, if there's a meeting in like 6 hours, they can take a flight and go quickly. Advantages. Disadvantages, this popularity will actually crumble down the other businesses. For example, other, travel, like transport, with respect to railways, could be train, could be metro, they all come down because this is so popular. That is what you are supposed to write in the second question. Air pollution, no. Air pollution, all right. Flight travel is gaining popularity. It will lead to air pollution. So this is not a strong point. Even if it doesn't gain popularity, still it will cause air pollution due to metro, no, bus, no. Air traffic, you can write. Pollution, you can still manipulate and represent it, but may not be a very strong idea. Air pollution is going to be there, even if flight travel becomes popular or not. Any doubts on this? So see what I'm telling you, the question could be anything in the exam. Nakul, give me all the questions which has all these straps. It could be like 1 lakh questions they can prepare. So now me giving you a question will not solve the problem. Me helping you get the approach will actually solve the problem. You can now, whatever the question is, you can understand and solve it. Lead to cheap traveling can be disadvantageous. It could be an advantage. A lot of people can actually afford it. It could be anything. So flight travel is gaining popularity these days. Discuss the advantage, disadvantage. We're going to talk today about advantages outweigh disadvantages as well in just a while. So in intro, you're going to just say, see, it's a discussion essay. You don't have to give your opinion, not required. Do not give the opinion. Okay. Flight travel is gaining popularity these days. Discuss the advantages, disadvantages of flight travel. In the body intro, you're going to discuss that in this essay is going to discuss both advantages and disadvantages. Done. Body 1, you discuss the advantages. Body 2, you discuss disadvantages. Conclusion, you just summarize it. Very simple. But how to write? These people don't care. So if you don't understand how to write advantages, you don't get marks for it. No, Nakul, I wrote like short like 6 advantages, man. You don't get any marks for 6 advantages. See, the marks are not given for writing, shooting the ideas. How ideas are related, justification. You should not give opinion in this, Raju. They're not asked opinion. Now, why you should give? Let's say I asked you, what is your name? My name is Raju, my father's name, not required. Not required is my point. Redundant. Okay, how to write this essay? Write 1 advantage. Continue talking about it, man. Don't stop. Supporting idea 2, for example, blah, 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 blah. Should write minimum 3 lines, not 3 advantages. 1 advantage surrounded with 3 lines. Air traveling can actually help a lot of middle class and people to even gain attention to the flight because of this. So therefore, they also can blah blah. Continue talking about the same thing. You can write 4 5 lines with one advantage only. If you really want, you can. It's optional. You can write one more advantage, but don't stop it here. Write justification, justification. In the other videos, I've clearly explained about it. Don't have to worry. Not required. If they ask you the opinion, you give Prasad. Here, they're not asking you the opinion. Do advantages outweigh the disadvantages? There, you have to give the opinion. Here, opinion is not required. So, Nakul, how many advantages you think I should write? One is actually enough. No, Nakul, last time I wrote 6 advantages. You don't get marks any for the 6 advantages. Whatever you write, you should continue talking about them. If you really want, you can take another advantage and then support it with some example. This becomes a big paragraph if you really want. Otherwise, it is not required. One advantage is more than enough. And then body 2, write one disadvantage, but in the same passion. Supporting idea 1, what is supporting idea? If you're completely new to skills IELTS, once you finish videos, you understand that. Supporting idea 2 is like you support, continue talking about it. I want to write another disadvantage, Nakul. If you want, you can write. If you have time, it's very optional. I don't suggest one advantage, one disadvantage is more than enough. If you really want, then you can write 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. But whatever you write, you have to justify it. That is about discuss the advantage, disadvantage. But okay, this is the mistake. One advantage, one line. Second advantage, second line. Nakul, I wrote 3 advantages. You don't get any marks for this. One advantage, continue talking about it. Second advantage, continue talking about it. Then it gives marks. If they ask to explain how advantages outweigh, we will just come to that, Likita. Coming, almost there. One kilometer distance is there, almost coming there. 2 advantage, 1 disadvantage, acceptable, certainly yes. Basically, you are supposed to write advantages, disadvantages. The number of the advantage, disadvantage doesn't matter. Okay, we will come to that, Likita. Likita, by the way, I have not come to outweigh part. I'm just till you're going to discuss advantage and disadvantage. We will come there. Just a while. Okay, but sometimes question will not be discuss the advantage, disadvantage. The question will be opinion based. Do you agree? Do you agree for this? Do our advantage outweigh the disadvantages? It's like, do you agree for this? It's same as do you agree as say, but do you agree for this statement? The statement is advantages outweigh means there are more advantage. You take a weighing machine, you put the advantage, you put the disadvantage. Advantage will be going down, disadvantage will be coming up. So it actually weighs more. That means it has more advantages. So in this case, how do you write? In this case, discuss the advantage, disadvantage, body 1, intro. I am going to talk about advantage, disadvantage today. Body 1, advantage, body 2, disadvantage. Do you agree that advantages outweigh the disadvantage? Same as agree, disagree, say, but with respect to there are more advantages than the disadvantages. Intro, give opinion, whether they outweigh. No, they don't outweigh. There are equally the same advantage, disadvantage. Can I write yes? Yes, they outweigh. There are more advantages than disadvantages. No, they don't outweigh. It's actually the reverse. Disadvantages outweigh the advantages the other way. Anything you can write. Anything. So when such a question comes, you first set your mind. What do I have more advantages in my mind or the disadvantages? Accordingly, you shoot. Great. So now how do I do this? See, logically speaking, when you're saying this is a mission, I'm not going to put vegetable there. I'm going to put advantages here and disadvantages there. It's a weighing machine. Weighing machine. So this has more is what I'm agreeing. Then you have to write more. No. Correct. Logically speaking, you write more and you write less. One of the ways to explain. There could be a lot of different ways to explain as well. Getting it? One of the ways to explain is this. I'm going to come back at another way as well. Write two advantages. How to write? Like this. Remove this optional part. One advantage, support, support. Another advantage, support, support. Then body 2, leave this part. Write one disadvantage. So this way you write. Conclusion, what can you say? Hence I conclude there are many advantages compared to disadvantages. Therefore, advantages outweigh the disadvantage. Yes, Meenakshi Sharma, we can agree. Equal. Advantages neither outweigh blah 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 blah. They are equal. You can. It's a do you agree, disagree? Do advantages outweigh? They don't outweigh. Now it's up to you to choose whether disadvantages outweigh or that's equal. It's up to you. Okay, we will come back to that, Sandhya. So now you write two advantages. How to write I told you. Then one disadvantage, body 2. Then summarize. How do you summarize? Therefore, there are more advantages than disadvantages. Whatever you told in the intro, same thing you're gonna put it here as well. Okay, Nakul, but still sometimes I ran out of ideas, man. Two advantages is next to Zenith, I'll not be able to think. What can I do? Certainly there is another way. See, advantages, disadvantages is not about the quantity, but the quality. This is a very better advantage. This is a very weak disadvantage. In that way, if you say the same thing, another way to write, don't get confused. Write two advantages, one disadvantage, they outweigh. Or one advantage only, which has a maximum benefit, which is a very strong point. The examiner reading it will only know, wow, man, this is such an advantage. And disadvantage is you write a very meager disadvantage. Right in a way, it is not a disadvantage at all, but still it's a disadvantage. Now you can say the benefits of advantage outweigh the disadvantage. It's up to you. Both of them should give you mark. You can write advantage, disadvantage, but advantage you write in a much better way, thinking it is giving a maximum benefit. Disadvantage is a very least disadvantage. Then you say advantages outweigh disadvantages. If you are not getting that strongest point and the weakest point here, don't get confused. Stick to this method. That's all it is. Any doubts? Any doubts on this? No doubts. Great. So this is what I wanted to discuss in the end, but I already did in the beginning. I'm again explaining for those, this question may not come, but the lessons learned from this question, please put a reminder in your mind, understand that and implement in other questions as well. Do advantages outweigh the disadvantages of flight travel? Talk about flight travel advantage. Do they outweigh the disadvantage? Do the advantages outweigh disadvantages? Don't write about flight travel, write about the popularity of the flight travel, how it affects, how it impacts in a positive way and a negative way. Discuss the, on this. Do advantages outweigh the disadvantages? That's all. The no flight travel is here. Flight travel is gaining popularity. Everybody is going in a flight. You talk about add more advantages, less disadvantages, and conclude it. So our head staff, Meenakshi, is asking everybody to write and send the essay for the same question, is it? These two, it seems. So then she's gonna tell whether you have, see what I'm telling you, knowledge is something different. Execution is somewhere far. I think I told this joke the other day. I made stuff by watching the YouTube. I prepared it. In the YouTube, that person prepared it nice. I also did the exact ditto, but I prepared it so worst. So knowledge, you have got it now, but execution, it depends on you. For this, you need time. You need that consciousness. So this is different. So she's asking to write these two. Is it first to? Is it Meenakshi? Just this. You can take a screenshot and kindly write and send us. We'll do the needful. Because that's how you improve. You make mistake, you improve. You make mistake, you improve. It's a progression. No, Nakul, I have 2 days. Make me improve like this. You cannot. You start today, Go up and down, go up and down, go up and down, go up and down, go up and down. One day it will go like this, and that day you will give an exam. Exponential increase, for that question you will write. The next day again it comes down. So learn slowly, it takes its own time. Fine. Any doubts you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, we're pretty much done for the day. Any doubts? No doubts. If no doubts, then we'll park it here. Kindly start writing essays if you haven't, because that is where you actually understand the more mistakes you go through. It has more disadvantages, or I didn't get you, Harpreet. We will tell you, Sunita. Fine, guys. Thanks much for your time and participation. Harpreet, you can just WhatsApp me. The next class is going to be the reading, I think, yeah, listening live mock test Monday evening. We're going to catch you at 9 p.m. Indian time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.